Hey guys, it's Tyler from Steamboat. I'm in the bunker here again today, and we've been getting a lot of questions about our brand new B08 ball launcher we just released. So I wanted to make a video today just showing some basic functionality and some upkeep questions we've been getting about it. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is make sure our bow is unloaded and safe to work on. Got the magazine removed right here. We'll make sure nothing's down there in the chamber. Looks like we're good to go. Now, the most commonly asked question doesn't just pertain to our B08, but also all of our AR series crossbows. And that question is, how do I restring this thing? And guys, it's super simple. It's probably the easiest bow you could restring ever. Every single bow that you purchase will come with one of these limb stringing aids, and it'll either be silver or all black, and it's super easy to use. I'll show you right now. The first step that I like to do is I'll raise this upper here. And if you look on our limb tips, it has a little lip that it's exactly where this hoop of this restringing aid is gonna go. So we're gonna loop this first in on the right side. We're gonna do the same thing over here on the left. And once it's hooked in like that, I like to shut our upper again. And then from here, we're gonna be pulling back manually on the stringing aid like we would on the normal string, or where the normal string would go. So it's back like that. And if you notice a couple things, the original string, we'll remove this sled here. The original string is super loose and it allows you to remove it now. And so we're just gonna do exactly that. We'll remove the original string from this right limb tip here. Same thing on the left. Boom. Got that removed. Now, every single bow will not only come with a restringing aid, but a spare extra string. And I'll show you guys how to install that just about the same way as you uninstalled the string. But a couple of things to remember is we're going to be filtering it through this little triangle hole that the stringing aid and the limb create here. So we'll do that. And a little pro tip is pinch this to make it a little smaller there so it's easier to fit through that hole. Pop that in there. And then we're just gonna loop this where that original string was, right on the end of the stringing aid. Now, right here's a really important part, because if you were to just restring it right away, this limb or this string would be a little too loose. As you can see, if I were just to restring it, it'd be really loose. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna spin this string to create some of that tension, to create that string stronger for you and make your bow fire just a little bit better. Tighten this up here. Check it. I think I can tighten it a couple more times. Boom. And this part should be a little bit more difficult to get on that second limb tip just because it's got more tension on that string. Okay, now we're here. We've installed the brand new string. All we got to do is get rid of this stringing aid. We're going to close this up, and just how we cocked it back, we're going to decock it the same way. Pull back on it, and just let it release. And as you saw, the string is now nice and tight, ready for use. All right. Now, another big question we've been getting that pertains to all of our bows is, how do I decock this thing once it's cocked? And there's a couple reasons you would want to decock your crossbow. Is if you had it cocked ready to shoot something, you change your mind, you don't want to shoot it, or you cocked it back not realizing that you didn't have a bolt or a ball in there. So you want to decock it because dry firing is very bad for our products, as all archery products. So let's get this thing cocked up first. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. The way that I will use it, the way that I do it on limbs 35 pounds to 75, is I will hold it just like I normally do. And with my offhand, I'm actually gonna grab that string, I'll pull the trigger, and then I'll slowly let that slide up there. Like I said, I like to do that on weaker limbs because as you get up stronger to our stronger ones, it's a lot more force jumping up. The second way that you can decock this thing here, get it cocked up, is very similar to how we decocked that stringing aid. And that's where you put that buttstock on your chest there. You're going to, with both hands, pull back on the string, let it off that lip, and slowly let it up. Those are my two ways that I've found best and safest to decock this thing. And then our last and final question that we've gotten is, how do we cock this thing? What's the best way to cock this thing? And there's a couple ways for that too. Obviously, you can just put it right in front of you, both hands, good to go. Super simple. Gets harder, once again, as you go higher up in those limb strengths. Another way that you can use is using this forearm muscle, putting that forearm on the back of this buttstock, and using your forearm as well to pull it back. Another way, the most tactical way I like to say to do it, is actually having that buttstock tucked into your armpit, maybe a little bit under, and from here, pulling it down. and then going right back up, ready for your next shot. And then probably the way that I'd cock our strongest bows is we'll get it here, and I'll use my back and back muscles, and I'll get that buttstock right here with my right arm, hold this, pull it towards me as I'm kind of pushing away on my left arm, and then just like that, it's cocked. Now, since we're talking about some heavier limbs, let's talk about ammo and what we should use and shoot with these heavier limbs. Now, I got a couple balls on the table here. We have a polymer, a foam ball from Reball, and then one of these light marble balls. If you're shooting something like these, I would recommend 35 to about 75-pound limbs maximum on these balls. And if you want to go up to our stronger limbs, then you're going to want to get a heavier ball, such as a lead or a steel. It'll just make sure everything shoots smoother and straighter. And that's what we want, and that's what you guys want too. Last but not least, let's load this thing up and let's take a couple test fires. Let's open up this upper because we got to put our sled in there. You can't remember this part, can't forget this part. Pop that in right there. Grab this magazine. 8-round magazine will fit any 68 caliber ball. Super simple to load. Just spring loaded right there. We'll pop a couple of these in there. And then I'm actually going to use the tactical way to cock this thing today and shoot it. Tuck it right into my arm, grab it. Boom. Pretty accurate too. I know I'm only a couple feet away, but well, guys, go and get yours right now at steambow.com, the brand new BO8.